the Cleveland Browns are in the playoffs. They're playing the Texans. They've endured a lot of injuries, new quarterback, really incredible. But there's a player on the team that the Browns made an incredible move to get, and he's been a key player this whole time. Remember the trade back in 2022? The Browns acquired four-time Pro Bowler Amari Cooper in exchange for their fifth-round pick. So incredible, right? So he was a 7-year veteran at the time. Maybe thought he was going to fall off. There were some other factors in it, but who cares? A fifth-round pick is what the Browns got Amari Cooper for. So Browns fans, let me know your thoughts in the comments on this one. If you're new to the channel, we make videos for teams that don't get the love nationally like they should. Browns being one of those teams. We're Detroit Lions fans, so we really enjoy talking about the Browns. They're real similar to the Lions. So really rooting for them and can't wait to see what happens in the playoffs. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on Amari Cooper. At the time, it was like, okay, this seems like it's pretty solid. And yeah, it has been, right? Obviously, Amari Cooper, this is a prop bet just for this weekend. And they're the over on 73.5 yards. Just think of that. Guys catching a franchise record 265 yards in one game. In the last 3 games, he's exceeded 73 yards in each of them with Joe Flacco. So you've got your number one receiver. There's been other guys brought in, awesome. But Amari Cooper, it's like, oh yeah, Amari Cooper. We just pick him up for a 5th-round pick and a swap of 6th. But this was quietly one of the better moves that was ever made in the last couple of years, especially wide receiver. You know the value of wide receiver. The league is still, you have to run the ball, stop the run, like all that stuff is still good. But man, the value of a receiver is there because you can change field position. You can throw it for a 50-yard gain. It's very hard to run a 50-yard run, right? So there's just value to the wide receiver that we just haven't seen over the last couple of years. And so to be able to get a number one wide receiver that can go for 265 yards in a game for a 5th-round pick, what a steal, man. That is just unbelievable. So he's in the midst of his best career season, 1,200 yards, 5th Pro Bowl. And on Christmas Eve, when Cooper and Cleveland faced off with Houston, the receiver hit 2 impressive marks. He broke the single season record with 265 yards and became the first player in team history with back-to-back 1,000-yard receiving seasons. What an incredible trade this was. We're going to look at a couple other things here. So they trade a 5th-round pick in that 2022 draft. And it just tells you how incredible this was. Is you look at that draft, in the top was loaded, no question. Garrett Wilson, Jameson Williams, Drake London, Chris Olave, like those guys all went. George Pickens, but you kind of look at it, it's like Garrett Wilson, Jameson was hurt, Drake London, Olave, yeah, solid, okay. Nobody is doing, yeah, Garrett Wilson maybe, but nobody outside of the top couple are doing back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, Pro Bowl, 265 yards in a game, like. So that trade, let alone those are top guys, let alone the receivers that were taken in the 5th round that you would have taken with that 5th-round pick. So incredible move. Those are the types of moves, a little bit here, a little bit there, blue chipper. That's why I thought the Browns were so underrated and just being overlooked this year is like going into this season was they got blue chippers, Myles Garrett, Amari Cooper, running back, secondary. Plus, they've got depth when the depth has really proven itself over the course of the season because of all the injuries. And it's like, what the heck? This is a well-run franchise suddenly. And the Browns are just like the Lions, man. Just made reaches, just tried too hard there a couple times, or a couple seasons, right? Where it just, you pick up Johnny Manziel. We draft receiver like 8 years in a row. It's like, just doing stuff that clearly it makes no sense, but you're grasping at straws. Now both franchises seem to be very solid, both in the playoffs, both love where they're at in the playoffs too. Obviously the Lions are always going to be salty about that call in Dallas that cost them the number 2 seed, but they're at the 3 seed. Fine. Let's just go. Let's play. Let's get this rolling. So again, let me know your thoughts in the comments. It was fun to look back at an incredible trade between the Cowboys and the Cleveland Browns. just a couple of years ago to really see where that went and how, man, Amari Cooper, first of all, he looks like a quarterback, the way he like his number and stuff. I don't know why that kind of bothers me. Let me know if that bothers you, but he's good. And we don't talk about him enough. We don't talk about the trade enough. We don't talk about the Browns enough. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next one.